Hello crafty people, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda with day 22 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This beautiful sketch is done by Ronnie Sue Scraps, and I'm really looking forward to doing this, and I kept thinking about it, and I couldn't find a wood grain paper that worked with what I was doing with my mom's heritage album. And so I know I had a wood grain paper before, but I used it. It was from the Mix-In papers, and all the other wood grains didn't have the right tones that I have, or that I have access to, since most of my studio is packed in the garage since we're selling a house. So I pulled out the photos that I wanted to use, and then I went through my stash and found my sunflowers, because on that sketch they just looked awesome. So I have these pre-done layouts from a workshop that I did years ago, and it was 21 layouts from Imagine, and I have 2 sets. So I thought, to kind of get the feel of that circle cut out with the frame, I would cut the outside of the big doily out like you see here. I did that off screen, and then cut the inside of the medium doily out, and that kind of gives you hopefully the feel of, that frame within a frame, but you can still see what's going on in the center. And then on my Cricut, I cut this film strip out, and I sized it for my old-fashioned photos. So the one photo on the top that's bigger will fit right behind that frame, and then the other photo will kind of slide in, and I'll either cut off the legs of the rest of the film, or I'll just cover them with flowers. Not sure how that'll go yet. And just so you know, the pictures that are on here are 2 pictures. Both have the date on the side of the photo of September of 1960, and they're my grandparents, my mom's mom and dad. So I went through our Picture My Life cards that you've seen me flip through, so I didn't think that you needed to see that again. And I pulled out this Hello Life card. The colors on it just work beautifully with the sunflowers. And these sunflowers were ones that I created again years ago and had in my stash. So just like the sketch has, I'm doing the elements around the film strip in the 3s, and then just the one big sunflower up at the top. And on the sketch there's some splatter, and so I thought I was going to use the gold shimmer brush and do some splattering. And spoiler, I didn't end up doing that. I just felt that there was enough going on with the doily and the leaves and the green leaves that were already attached to the sunflower. And then I did bring in these wooden flowers, which I absolutely love. And if you're not familiar with these are from Close to My Heart. I am a Close to My Heart maker, but these flowers, you don't necessarily know that they have them in wood, because in the core catalog they are shown, I believe, in black. But all of the shapes that are shown in the core catalog, there's arrows and hearts and these flowers, they all come in black, white, acrylic, or in the wood. And I absolutely love the wood, because as you can see, I'm grabbing a couple shimmer brushes and trying to color them. I didn't like just the wood tone of it. I had thought about adding some craft paper, but with the gray film strip and the gray leaves, and then I just didn't want to introduce one more color to this. So neither one of those are working for me. So now I'm going to grab the Bluebell shimmer brush, and Bluebell, was last year's color of the year for Close to My Heart. And when I get this on, it has a hint of blue, but it also has the gray tones, which I think works beautifully. So here in a minute I will decide that I need to glue all this down and stop fussing with moving the leaves and everything else. And while I am off screen, I will also color some of those flowers. So I'm just taking a look at the sketch and making sure that I'm honoring Ronnie Sue, because like I said, this sketch is just striking. So now I have dry fit all of the wooden flowers that I have colored. Everything else is glued down. And then as I was putting some things away, I found these white iridescent flowers that were in my stash, and I just thought, all right, I was going to put some sequins. You can see those. I had pulled out all these white sequins from a julep container of sequins, and I was going to use those, but instead I found these white flowers, and they're going to be my chosen embellishment. So like I said, I hadn't yet glued down all of these flowers, so I'm going to do that now. And you'll notice that I'm using the green lidded Tombow glue, And that's because when it dries a little tacky, and so it just holds on better. And I'm going to see if where I can place some more of these acrylic little flowers. It's almost like a flower meets sequins, but the adhesive is already on it. So they're just super easy, quick to use. Oh, I did add a tag when I was off screen in white, giving the full names of my grandparents. Both of them actually are named Francis. My granddad went by Mike, and my grandmother went by Frida. So it was just, I remember growing up just being fascinated that my grandparents had the same first name. And a lot of times my grandpa, if he wasn't known by Mike, went by FM. So he was just FM Chichester. So there, we're all done. I will do some close-ups here for you in a little bit so you can see all the details. And I did just crimp my leaves. If you're not familiar with my flower shaping, I do have a 3-video series that goes through shaping flowers and all different kinds. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do that. You can reach me on Facebook at Crafting with Amanda. And then here's more videos you may be interested in. The links to everybody else in the 30 Days of Sketches is in the description below my video. Blessings.